EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Hoosier State at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday Night Primetime.
Chris Boswell beginning off for Pittsburgh.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you, the veteran Chris Boswell, getting things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
The Colts take over first and 10.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground for the first time. Here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Ball on the 27. Here's second and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Dark. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. And a shotgun. It's Dark. He'll take a deep shot for down. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 8. Here's Howell. Moving outside the pocket. Now he takes off. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
There's no doubt that you appreciate the toughness he shows here, Mike. I mean, for a quarterback to put his head down and pick up some tough yards, his teammates love it. But I'll tell you, his coaches, they want to see him protect himself. Understand when he had enough to pick up the first down, to get down and live to play another snap.
He'll throw with Howell. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
18 yards on the pickup there. That's a Steeler first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He runs with it. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. I believe one of the Steelers was in there and brought it in. He did. So it stays with Pittsburgh.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out, or it certainly needs to be protected.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. Anthony Gould deep for Indy. And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
On play action, it is Dart. That is caught downfield by Pierce. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
41 yards on the play.
A big play to kick off this drive. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go. 60 bucks.
On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Indianapolis.
First down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Out of the gun, here comes Dart. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
And he will get into the end zone. Alec Pierce, touchdown Colts. That is 2nd TD catch of the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost him 5. Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. Backed up because of the penalty, but no matter. The extra point is good.
7. Steelers, nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Third down and 9.
Trap 60. There we go. Sack. Cowboy in.
Out of the gun, it's Howard. Rolling right, and that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll throw for it with Howard. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard
They go right back to Taylor. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
The throw is Dart. That's going to be incomplete. And he'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Oh, he landed it at the right spot, just had the wrong spin. It goes into the end zone, touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. They'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Here's Howard. This one complete to Washington. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down. To throw it on 1st down is Howard. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, Certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Howard now to throw it here on second down. Here's a screen set up for Warren.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
3rd and 7. Howard to throw again. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll run it right here with Warren. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, here's Howard. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 17 yards on that connection. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
7-yard line.
19 right. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Howard. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Calvin Austin. Touchdown Steelers. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. A safe kick taken at the 5. Great job there by the coverage team. They get him down at the 12. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. Awkward-looking tackle there. Upended at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Junior on the tackle.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll go again here with Taylor. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
3rd and 10. Throwing. Dart. He's got his tight end. That's Warren. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
It's a
Big gainer for Indianapolis. And even 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
Give up the middle to Taylor. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Dart. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, in there to bring him down for his 7th sack of the year.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
To hold him to a short return. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Howard. Moving to his right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down,
Howard. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. A gain there of 27 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
Exiting the pocket right. He keeps it himself. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position.